Born and raised in Detroit, Terry Lewis was the only child born to David and Lillian Lewis. Her parents were first-generation Americans who lived in a tight-knit community of Jewish immigrants from Eastern Europe. Throughout her childhood, Terry's parents and grandparents were actively involved in the labor movement, and the community in which she lived was extremely socially conscious. All of this had a profound impact on Terry. As Terry was growing up, both dance and music played a big role in her life. She studied ballroom and tap dancing and participated in numerous competitions throughout her youth. She also learned to play the piano and guitar. But nothing played a bigger role in Terry's childhood than, as she calls it, the lake. The Pleasant Lake community was established when her maternal grandparents, along with 25 other couples, purchased land to form a summer community. Terry basically grew up there, spending summers with 90 children in 26 cottages on the lake. It was here that Terry developed her deep-seated love of cooperation. Terry graduated from Mumford High School in 1965 and attended Swarthmore College, where she met Eric Blumberg. The two married in 1967 and moved to North Carolina, where Terry continued her education at UNC Chapel Hill. The newlyweds next moved to Detroit, where, in 1973, Seth Lewis Blumberg was born. 3 years later, Terry began studying law at the University of Michigan. During her first year there, she and Seth moved into the Forest Hills Co-op, and she became involved on the board. It was here that she had an epiphany. She realized that her beloved lake community was actually a cooperative. She was sold. Terry graduated from law school cum laude in 1979 and went to work for a firm doing property tax appeals. She then went into private practice, which allowed her to carve her work schedule around her most important job, being a mom to Seth. Not surprisingly, her practice included many cooperative enterprises, especially housing co-ops. She soon became a professional member of the National Association of Housing Cooperatives, and by 1986 had been elected its president. For the next 8 years, Terry helped lead the charge promoting and protecting housing co-ops, especially with Congress, HUD, and the IRS. For example, when the IRS attempted to tax housing co-ops as if they were membership organizations rather than co-ops, Terry led the fight against this unjust treatment. If the IRS's position had prevailed, housing cooperatives throughout the country would have been faced with devastating tax bills, negatively affecting their ability to provide affordable housing. Terry's leadership was invaluable in winning the battle. Terry has used her deep knowledge of cooperative law to draft numerous pieces of legislation over the years, many of which provide incentives to people to create new cooperatives. These efforts have had a massive impact on the ability of people to organize themselves into mutual housing. Terry soon became a nationally recognized expert on cooperative housing and was asked to serve on various boards, including NCB Capital Impact, and the Cooperative Development Foundation. It was immediately clear that her expertise, commitment, and passion included all cooperatives, not just housing. For example, as a 17-year board member of CDF and as its chair for the past 5 years, Terry has championed cooperatives that benefit seniors, students, women, and minorities. She has worked tirelessly to parlay limited resources into meaningful results and has focused on finding innovative solutions to major issues facing cooperatives. Her leadership on cooperative issues is from the heart, with a style that exemplifies a true cooperator, always seeking win-win solutions and always seeking out new opportunities for growth. In 1999, Terry left her law practice to join NCB as its Vice President for Cooperative Development. Here, she acts as an advocate for NCB and its cooperative development activities. In this role, she utilizes her great wealth of cooperative knowledge not only in program development, but also in advising, teaching, testifying, and community building. She is NCB's very own co-op ambassador. In 2004, Terry was asked to add to her duties and serve as president of NCB Community Works. Here, she manages the development of resident-owned and controlled communities affordable to families and seniors at a variety of income levels. Once again, she is advancing the cooperative model of home ownership. Terry Lewis is a cooperative hero. Her work to bring affordable housing to people of limited resources is heroic, as is her lifelong commitment to advancing cooperative principles. Over the years, her abiding belief in cooperatives, her keen intellect, and her sage advice have helped countless people by strengthening the cooperatives in which they live and work. Her legacy is undeniable. It is an honor to welcome her into the Cooperative Hall of Fame.